Hey there, it's Kathy House. Still sound like a strike. Be creative with Kathy. I have a really cute. Everything's falling out trying to clear off my desk. I had some issues and I couldn't get my Facebook Live to start. Stay up there, thank you. And I wasn't quite ready, and then all of a sudden it started. It's like, yay! But anyway, my name's Kathy House. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have a really cute card for you. So let me tell you, first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I said anybody that gave me a virtual hug here on my Facebook page, I would send them a card. And so today I plan on showing you the card that I'm going to send out. Now, this stamp set, or this bundle, it's a punch bundle. See, the punch looks like that if you can't see it because of the glare here. That's a pretty good shot. But anyway, I found this and I thought this would be perfect to send as a thank you for the hug. And where did I find this? I was looking through Stampin' Up! Is having World Card Making Day. It's October 7th, which is this weekend. It's open for everybody, but they sent me the measurements for all the cards, or I went and found them. I don't know if they sent them to me. But anyway, all the measurements. And then they showed me the 3 bundles that they were going to use, and I saw this bundle on there, and I thought, I don't remember that. So you can only find this online with Stampin' Up! So you can go to my online store. The link will be below in the description. But I'm going to show you, this is the stamp set or the bundle that I'm going to use to make my thank yous for sending me a hug. So if you sent me a hug and your address, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It did make my day. And after this video, if you leave a comment down below, I'll send you a hug. I'm sorry, you'll send me a hug. I'll send you a card again. So let me show you this punch bundle. We're going to start first with the basics. Now, I told you I was making a bunch of cards, so I have a bunch of pieces of cardstock here, but I'm only going to make one today. If you want the measurements and the supply list for the card that I make today, it'll be on my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and that link will be in the description below too. And you just have to give me a few minutes after my video for me to go over there and get it. I haven't put it on there yet, which I should probably do that first, but that would be way too organized, and I am not an organized person. Okay, so let's start with stamping. That would be the first thing to do. So I have a piece of basic white. This is thick. It's 8.5. No, it's not 8.5. It is. I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it down here at the center. So it's just a half a sheet of cardstock with a score line and a fold in the center. And that's going to be our card base right there. Now, like I said, don't worry about the measurements because I'll tell you what they are just out of habit, but they're all on my blog, becreativewithkathy.com. We're going to stamp on this piece, and then I have a scrap here of basic white. We're going to stamp on that one too. We're going to use Night of Navy ink because I decided to use this, and I'm going to lose the name of it, the Designer Series paper that has those colors in it. And I wished I could. It'd be in the supply list on my blog. You can find it there. But that's where I picked my ink color from. So let's mount my stamps here because it's cool. It has these border stamps. Oh, we should maybe stamp that little heart on there too. And I'm going to put them on my blocks. Nope, it's not this one. I want this one. So I'm going to set that down and just pick that up with my block. And then this one that says, sending you lots of loves and hugs, which is perfect because that's how it all started. And then I want to put this weed, flower, whatever on there too. And let me grab a little block because I think I'm going to add that little heart. So let me get a little tiny block here. And now that I see that little heart, I'm going to add that on there too. Okay, I have all my stamps. I have my paper. I'm going to bring in my foam pad. Maybe I am. It should be right here, and it's not here because I like when I stamp with photopolymer to use. Here it is, this Stampin' Pierce mat. So first on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp that little weed. At least that's what I call it. I'm sure it's some kind of pretty flower, but all plants to me are weeds. Unless they make vegetables, then they're vegetable plants for some reason. And I guess if they make flowers, then they have flowering plants. And this one even has a flower up there. I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight marker because it's the same color that's in my Designer Series paper and just cut that little flower. So I guess, or color, not cut. So I guess it's not a weed. It is a flower because of that. There we go. I think another color that would have maybe looked better on there would be some boho blue, because that would have been a little bit lighter, but I think both of them would work. They look really good. Okay, let's stamp some more on this scrap here, and I'm going to start with that outline image. Let me bring my stamp set back in so you can see which images I'm using. Does that work? There we go. I'm going to stamp down my border here, kind of toward the bottom so I make sure it can fit into my punch. And I'm going to just let that ink sink in for just a second. Look how pretty that is. Don't you love it? I love stuff like that. And then I'm going to put my saying down. I'm going to make sure that that U is pretty solid there, that I get a lot of ink on there. And I might get my head in the camera because I want to make sure it's in the border area just right. And turn it so it's straight. Does that look pretty good? Well, let's try it and see what happens. And we'll let that ink sink in there. Believe it or not, we're all done stamping. I wanted a really simple card. I am a simple person. I think simple cards are the best. So look, I did pretty good getting it straight. And then we're going to just take it in the punch. Now when you do Stampin' Up! Punches, there's a lock down here. So your punch usually stores flat. You release that lock and it opens like this. You turn it over so you can see the bottom. And then when you place your paper in there, it's easy to line up. So looks pretty good just like that. And then you just punch, and there you go. There's your really pretty stamped image for your card. I think this punch is going to be very popular in my stamp room because it's a nice big size punch. Okay, let's go ahead and put our card together. It's almost as simple as that. I'm going to just use some tape runner, not that one, it's out. This one has some tape in it, on the back of my designer series paper, and add this to a layer of that Night of Navy. Excuse me, that's the same as the ink color that I used. So my Night of Navy cardstock is 5 1/4 by 4, and my designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5. There we go. Hi, Kim. So then I take my card base here, and I'm going to, oh, no, first, before I do that, Kim distracted me. I want to put a little piece of ribbon on here. So I have this Night of Navy, what is this called? Night of Navy bordered ribbon. I don't know. And I'm going to take a little piece just a little bit longer than my cardstock. I'm going to use the scissors that I have reserved for ribbon. That way it keeps them nice and sharp. And I'm going to just trim that off just like butter, right there. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my card here. And wrap that piece of ribbon right here around the front. Probably right about center. It might be just a little above center, but I don't know. I like it right there, so that's where I'm putting it. So now it looks like that. Okay, then I'm going to take some more tape, and I'm going to kind of go over that ribbon to make sure that it stays. I'm going to use the word taut. I think that's the right word. And then a little bit more adhesive on the rest of the back. And then lay this right onto the front of my card base. And look how pretty already. Isn't that pretty designer series paper? I think it's really peaceful, and I think that's what I liked about it. And then on the back here of my punched image, I'm going to just put 4 dimensionals kind of at the top and the bottom so I avoid that ribbon area so that my tag lays flat. And then just as easy as that, take those dimensional backs off. And then I'm going to just set that right there in the center. Try to get it straight again. And there you go. Just like that. Look how cute my card is. Alrighty, so be sure and leave me a virtual hug, and I'll send you a card too. If I don't have your address, which I might not. Oh, wait, I'm not even done. I got ahead of myself. Anyway, personal message me your address, and I'll send you a card too. But let me show you what else I'm going to do. So now, since this is kind of a gift for all those people that sent me the virtual hug, I'm going to take a Post-it note here, and I'm going to just write Joni was one of them. So Joni, thanks for the hug. Love, Kathy. And then I'm going to take that and place that on the inside of my card. And then take an envelope. And hey, while I have the envelope here, my ink and everything is still out, let's put that flower, not a weed, right here in the corner. Make the envelope pretty too that matches. And I'll be honest with you, Stampin' Up's envelopes, they might be a little pricey compared to plain old envelopes, but boy, they sure are nice to stamp on, and they're really soft and pretty. It's worth the extra penny, I think, to pay for the envelope, but that's just my opinion. I'm going to color my little flower just like I did on the inside, like that. Then I have an envelope here. Now you can see I just bought these at Office Depot. They're an A7, so they're a little bit bigger. And then I'll put the address on there, and then I'll take my card with an envelope and I'm going to mail that out just like that, so then they can use that as a gift, or they can take that and then mail it out to somebody else, and just keep sending hugs and love to everybody. Hi Jolene, thanks for watching. Alrighty, that's what I have for you today. Like I said, if you need the supply list or the measurements, be sure and visit my blog, BeCreativeWithKathy.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here next Monday. Don't forget to send me a virtual hug, and I'll send you a card too. Take care. Bye-bye.